Disclaimer: This creepypasta I made and read is an inspiration of the creepypasta called Why I Stopped Watching My Little Pony by OPM14 Masses. Thomas and Friends currently belongs to Mattel, and note that the intro and outro were made by me. Thank you, and have a good day. Dear Mattel, my name is Johnson Eugene, a father of a 10-year-old son named Morgan Eugene, who is a huge fan of your show. Non-stop, all he talks about is about Thomas and Friends and how it's the greatest show on earth. I've watched a few episodes with him, and I have to admit, I've gotten hooked on it as well. Or at least I used to. I don't see the show the same way nowadays. Ever since he started watching it, he's been asking for a Gordon the Big Blue Engine toy. His favorite train, by the way. I tried to find one at the store to buy for him, but so far I haven't found any. Or for any of that matter, any Thomas and Friends toys. I once asked one of the clerks if any one of you would have some of them, but he had no idea what I was talking about. He had never even heard of it. I also looked online on eBay and Amazon, but I still haven't seen any toys from the show. A few weeks ago, my son Morgan had brought home a Diet-Pet Thomas. He said that he found it in the playground under the swing set. It was damaged and dirty with the side rods ripped off, and the two middle wheels were ripped off too, and the front buffer was broken off, and the funnel was cracked. Someone had colored his eyes black with a pen or marker, and it had the strangest smile that I've ever seen on a toy. It's silly, and I don't know why I'm telling you this, but sometimes I feel like that toy hates me. Anyways, Morgan likes it, and takes it everywhere with him. I cannot imagine why he likes it so much. It's a damaged toy, but it's his favorite. I cleaned it up, but I was unable to remove the ink, because it was Sharpie ink. He took it everywhere with him he even took it with him for a sleepover at his friend Logan's house a few weeks ago. I'm not sure what happened to Logan, but my son has said that he cannot go over there anymore. I'm not sure about everything that went on that night, and what little I do know is that it had to do with something with Morgan loaning Logan the toy. And something happened to Logan and the toy when he went to bed. It's silly, I know, but the thing is, Morgan has told me that Logan hasn't been to school since the sleepover, something that all he does now is scream nowadays, and had to be placed into a hospital. I do not understand what all happened, and I'm a little frightened of it. I've caught my son on more than an occasion talking to it, and I'm a little bit creeped out. Sometimes it seems like the toy is listening and talking to him back. I know, it's true and stupid for me to tell you this, but, because we all have imaginary friends, but I can't shake that feeling. But that's not the reason why I'm talking to you. The reason why I'm writing this is how I don't like the new episodes are going. They're neither good or wholesome that we start watching, and to tell you the truth is, they're more than a little sick and twisted. I do not know how you can call this a children's show. And if I ever figure out the schedule to it, I will make sure my son never watches it again. When we started watching Thomas and Friends, it was on Sunday mornings. But now, it seems to be on all the time. Whenever I bring him home from school, or when he wakes up in the morning, all through the day, I will find it on. I'm not sure how they do it, but for almost a year now, Thomas and Friends is on at all hours of the day and night. It's gone so bad that I started to unhook the cable from the TV, and now that we only watch DVDs and shows on Netflix. What's really upsetting is how the new episodes are going. Mattel, I do not know what's going on with you or the company that makes these shows, but it's downright evil. Only a twisted person would make something like this and like it. I thought it was strange that it was all on all the time. I didn't mind it. That'll change with the season 22, episode 27, called Henry's Wildfire. The one where Henry's wildlife animals get caught in a forest fire, and Henry's favorite, which was a Flemish giant, had died due to the smoke. That was a horrible episode, which I did not like at all, and how all the other engines laughed at Henry and called him names for letting the rabbit die from the smoke. They kept on going until Henry had a breakdown and he started crying while the other engines just gleefully ran over the dead rabbit's carcass. Morbid, I know. I was so shocked when I watched it with him. Even more shocking was my son's reaction, just laughing and carrying on as if it was just another episode. What type of show? Is this the type of show that you put on air? The next episode was the season 22, episode 28, Green Party Percy. I remember the name of it, and it was even worse than the other one. How Percy threw a good party for all his friends, and they all hated it, telling him that he was a failure and no one liked him, and his party was terrible and wished he was dead. All the other engines tormented Percy until he literally flipped out. He started biting himself and ran into the back of Tim's sheds hard and causing some of the bricks and foundation to hit him, causing his paint to chip and break off, while he was laughing and crying at the same time. Oh my god, it was awful. It turned so bad, I turned off the TV and told my son he was never allowed to watch it anymore. It was disturbing how it didn't bother him at all. I talked to my son about it later on, and he told me that the Thomas toy said that Percy deserved it. His party was stupid, and no one liked him and wished that he was dead. I was so stunned that I took the toy away from him after that, and wanted to do nothing to do with your show. I thought the matter was closed. I threw the toy away, and thought that it was the end of it, but it wasn't. The next day, after lunch, a new episode came on as me and Morgan were watching a show on Discovery Family. I'd never seen Thomas and Friends on Discovery Family because it's not their show. And this one was just as horrible as the others. It was called Special Train Thomas. It was an episode where Sir Topham Hatt gives Thomas a special train to pull. Little did Thomas know it was too heavy, and after his third try of trying to pull it, the other engines got so mad that they damaged Thomas. Like, they broke his buffer off, they cracked his funnel, and they ripped off his side rods and wheels. Just like the toy, now that I think of it. And they even threw him off a cliff. You can literally see Thomas hit the ground. There was blood everywhere, as well as engine parts, along with the sickening sound of Thomas breaking his face. Every other episode after that, Thomas was in that bad shape, just like the toy, and his face was hanging in this weird angle. I do not get you people. Are your creators mentally sick? Like I said before, as much as I tried to stop my son from watching the show, it still comes on all the time, and all the episodes are just so cruel. Edward the Jerk, where they set fire to Edward's station and call him names as he was trapped and chained to the station for some reason while being burnt to death. Need for Speed, how they threw Gordon off the docks and into the ocean and watched him drown, and they all laughed as he was screaming his face off. How can you call yourself a kid-friendly company when you have garbage like this on? There are more episodes like this that I do not want to get into. I forbid my son, who didn't seem to mind at all, from watching your show. He somehow got that toy back. Don't ask me how, because he told me that I shouldn't have done that and that I made Thomas mad. What that means is beyond me. But he is my son, and I'll take care of this on my own. As you know, this is my third letter to you about the show. I have first attached the letter response to your first letter. Dear Mr. Eugene, we thank you for your time to write about this, but good old Mattel has never, nor will at this point in time, have any plans for making dark episodes of Thomas and Friends. And from what you have described in some of the episodes, I'm not sure if this is some sort of joke from you or another person.
Mattel is committed to children entertainment and merchandise, and we would never create such horrific episodes that would torment our viewers. If you can give us more information about this, we will look into this. Sincerely, Mattel.
This is your show. I see your logo on it every episode. Pictures taken on my screen of my iPhone of the show with your name on it have been attached to my letter to you. Wait a minute. What's that noise? Oh no. I can hear the show going on in the background.
Trucks and